This is Playitright TV and my name is Quinito Henson. Ngayong gabi, we have a special guest, super special guest in fact, because he's one of the youngest Filipino world boxing champions ever. He won his championship at the age of 19. And here to talk about his career is Ben Villaflor, all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii. Stop Ben, kumusta?
Mabuti. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat.
All right. Then, pag-usapan natin bago yung boxing career mo, kung ano nangyari sa buhay mo. And first of all, ba't ka nandito sa ating bayan at how long has it been since you last visited Manila?
The reason why I'm here is my grandson is trying out for soccer team. They call Maharlika. And that's the reason why we're here, just for about a week. And I think this is maybe 30 years ago. That was my last visit.
Oh my gosh, it's been a long time coming.
That's
Mr.
right.
Ben Villaflor, and we're so proud to have you on our show, Playitright TV. All the more because you are a legend. You're a boxing legend. At ngayong pag-usapan natin kung ano nangyari sa buhay mo. First of all, we know that you were born in Negros Oriental. And at the age of 13 years old, you turned pro. Ano nangyari? Ba't parang musmus ka pa, 13 years old, tapos nag-pro ka na kaagad? Pwede ba yun? Pwede bang mag-pro ng 13 years old?
Dahil hindi sanction ng GAB yun yung ng first fight ko. Hindi sanction ng GAB, yung sa probinsyano lang. The reason why I started is to help my family, earn money. And actually my brother was a boxer. And nung sabi niya gusto daw niyang magkaroon ng sparring partner, wala siyang nakuha, di ako ang nag-sparring partner niya.
Pero
tapos
anong edad na nun? Gaano katanda?
12 years old.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, ako ang sparring. Tapos nung first fight niya, nanood ako. Sabi ko, I'll watch your first fight, maybe, But he said, no, don't, because I cannot afford to pay you. I said, that's fine. I'll just stay outside. And thank God, one of the matchmaker came outside and said, hey, we need special, extra to entertain the crowd because it was so crowded. So that's when I said, I volunteer, So I volunteer and I fought, and I was lucky to win the fight. So that was the starting point.
Magkano ang binayad sa'yo, Ben, in that first fight?
Walang bayad dahil free kasi. Sabi, yeah.
And how old were you when you got your first paycheck as a boxer?
13 years old, 13 and a half actually. Was in 1966 was. And, that was my first fight, and I won by decision. Well, I made 20 pesos, and that's equivalent to it's about 40 cents maybe now.
But then, let me now ask you, okay, your first purse was 20 pesos. How much was the biggest purse you earned as a boxer?
My biggest one was the last fight from with Serrano. That was $175,000.
That's the biggest.
Yeah, that's compared to now, it's peanuts actually, This guy is making millions. Yeah.
Yes, now. Then, please tell us your two reigns as the WBA super featherweight or junior lightweight champion. Unang-una, you won the championship, then you lost it but you gained it back on a spectacular first-round knockout over Shibata. Can
Yes,
you please
yes.
tell us what happened in your journey as a world boxing champion at nawala sa iyo yung corona tapos nakuha mo ulit?
Uh-huh. Well, the first fight was I was kind of just uh, during the fight I said I win I think I win the points if it's come to decision I win the fight, but after that when they announced the decision I lost. I said, oh my goodness. So that was it's hard because when I was a world champion, I had so many friends. And when you lost the champion, when you're not, there's only several people that, all your, true friends that you have, they stick around. But those people that they're gone. So I said, "Wow, this is different." I mean, as a young, as a teen, I mean, youngster, you don't, you don't figure it out. Why is it? So uh, when during, I just say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try regain my world champion. So I fought. I knocked the guy out. Shibata in first round. And there goes, the people that were, that with me. That and then when I lost the championship, they're gone. Now they're come back. Came back.
They
So, I
came
said-
back.
so yeah. So it's I
Ben,
said, yeah.
Ben, we have a picture of that
Uh
first-round knockout over Shibata, and
huh.
maybe we can flash it on your screen.
Uh
This picture shows your opponent lying on the canvas.
huh.
Can we see that again? There it is.
Yeah.
That was a spectacular first
Uh
round knockout. It happened within 2 minutes. How
yes.
did that
Yes.
happen? Ben, can you
Well.
tell us what was the punch that connected? And when he went
Uh
down,
yeah.
you
I
looked
was.
at him. Ito, kitang-kita natin. You were
Yeah.
looking at Shibata lying on
Yeah.
the canvas.
Yeah.
What was in your mind? And did you think he was going to be able to get up?
Oh, I told myself, please stay there. Please don't get up. So
Okay.
so so what's the referee counted to 10, and then he make his arm cross, so the fight is over. And I was so elated because I said, oh, but actually when he tried to stand up, he fell down again. So I
Oh.
said, oh, he must be really hurt then.
What
So
was the punch? What was the punch that landed? Was it a left, right
was a
hook?
left hook, right on top the temple.
Oh, at the temple. Okay.
Yeah. And there was well, he came in, and then I threw my left. That's where, and that was really was a short punch, and that was the
Lights
end
out.
of the fight.
It was lights
Yes,
out.
yes.
Okay. My question, Ben,
Oh.
ba't hindi mo siya napatulog in your first fight? Ano
Um,
nangyari?
yung first fight, hindi, I didn't really press him, I was just trying to do my stamina to reach 15 rounds. So I just dancing around and jab, hit. So uh, I cut him. He have so many cuts and blood flowing. So I said, if it comes to the decision, I'll win the fight. But I was wrong. So I said, oh my goodness. The next fight, if I have a rematch, I will not run around and do jab and anything. I'll go for knockout. So that's
In
what happened.
19, in 1975, then you fought your last fight in Manila.
Yes,
Of course,
yes.
you went on to fight in other places. Your last fight was in Puerto Rico. But
Yeah.
your last fight in Manila was in 1975. You defended your
Hmm.
championship against a Korean named Hyun Kim.
Yes,
It was
yes.
a split decision. So,
Uh-huh.
was it a close fight? Did you think that it should have been a unanimous decision? Ano
I
nangyari sa laban?
I thought it would have been a unanimous decision, and in fact, that would have been stopped the fight already. At what round was that? That he went down and was staggered and everything. That would have been already stopped the fight. But I guess and I think on seven round, my eyes I couldn't see
Okay.
my right eye. So I was just trying where I could see, but I mean I could see, but it's not clear. It's blurry. So after the fight, I went to the doctor and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Villaflor, you have a detached retina."
Oh, my.
Yeah. So I said, "Oh man." So uh, the doctor said there's a possibility that you might be able to fight again because of I
Mhm.
said, "Oh." So I was well. That worried me. I mean, so we went to see another doctor, and another doctor said yes. If you flow, I wanted to fly to Hawaii to get the operation, but remember Doctor Batong Bakal, Ramon Batong
Yes, of
Bakal?
course.
Yeah, yeah,
Matumbakal.
yeah. He told me that if I go back ride the airplane, my eye will burst because of the pressure of the plane. So said it's better to operate right there and then. So from there, he operated my eyes. I stayed in the hospital for a month.
1 month.
Yes, yes, 1 month, and I was so surprised because the same fighter that having had detached retina, he didn't even stay in hospital. He only stayed outgoing, and then in a week he able to practice. And here I am. I guess the what you call the surgery and all the equipment. It's not as deep, sophisticated as now. So I had again my operation was took oh hours and hours, and I had to stay in the hospital for a month to recuperate.
But Dr. Batumbakal cleared
But
you. It was a successful
yes,
surgery.
yes,
And you went
yes,
on to
was
fight. Lumabang ka
pardon.
pa. You
Oh
went on to
yes,
fight. Lumabang ka
yeah.
pa.
I went to so after I still I have to stay 6 months for no engagement of fight. I had just practice running, hitting the bags and all that, and then from there I came back, check up my eyes, and said, really good. It healed really good, and again I went back to Hawaii, and the other doctor in Hawaii checked my eyes and came out. I said, "Oh, you're lucky. You're a very lucky guy." So I said, "Oh, thank you." So then I fought. I fought in Japan. The that see after that
And you won by knockout.
I won by knockout. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yeah.
Tell me, Ben, in your career, which spanned 10 years, and your
Hmm.
final record, if I may, was 54 wins, 6 losses, and 31 knockouts.
Uh huh.
Who was the
Uh-huh.
toughest opponent you ever faced?
Well, well, in the earlier year, I think my toughest opponent was it was in it was Ernie Cruz who fought for a championship in Australia, and who was a world ranking fighter. He knocked out all his opponents. So that was I that was the fight that I was really kind of said, oh, I don't know if I lost this, let's go. I'm going to lose the fight, but thankfully I won by decision.
But you also told me that the referee gave you a count in that fight,
Yes,
although
yes,
he's saying that you slipped.
yeah. I slipped, and I guess the I my knee went down in the canvas, and the referee counted 8 counts.
Hmm.
And to me, that was nothing. I mean, uh, it's okay. I mean, at the time, I said, "Oh, I just have to go through it." And although I was they counted me, so that was maybe 1 point disadvantage. But I won. Still, I won that fight. I won that round because you know I was hitting him. So that's when I won the decision.
And then,
Uh,
who was your toughest foreign opponent? Okay, you mentioned Ernie Cruz, the toughest Filipino opponent. What
uh-huh,
about your
uh-huh.
toughest foreign opponent?
I think my foreign opponent was this guy from Argentina, Victor Echigaray.
Hmm.
He was tall, big, and strong. But it was. I thought I would get knocked out. I mean, because he was just right there, and luckily I knocked him down twice
Hmm.
in one of the 7th round and one in the 13th round.
Okay.
So yeah, that knockdown uh, it awarded me a draw decision.
It was a draw. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you ended your career in 1976 at the
Hmm.
very tender age of 23. Why
Yes,
did you
yes.
retire at such a young age?
Well, after that fight, I my my hand was swollen. I mean, broke my bone in my hand is broken. Then my elbow, the cartilage was not there anymore, and some of the bone shattered in my elbow. So I went to the doctor and tried to fix it, and I tried to return to fight. I train, spar, and everything, but every time I spar, my elbow gets swell up. Every time I had to uh, take out the fluid. So the doctor told me, Mr. Villaflor, I'm sorry, but if you want to use your arm again, you better stop doing,
Was it the right or the left arm?
the left arm.
The left. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So that prompted your retirement after 10 years of fighting. And then
Yes,
after
yes.
retirement, what did you do? I understand that you began to work for the Hawaii government.
Yes, at first I was working as a car representative, which is in really reality, it's a car salesman selling Toyota car. And after that, I was appointed as sergeant at arms for the state senate in the state of Hawaii legislature from 1979 to current year till
Up to
now.
now. Up to now.
Yes,
That's
yes, yes.
amazing.
Yeah, yes, yes. Uh, I am the longest sergeant at arms in the
Wow.
state in the United States. Actually, the whole United States.
But
I'm
that's
the
because you're a
longest.
legend. Ben, it's
No,
because you're a legend. They wanted to
uh,
revere you.
No,
But
no, no. It's that I'm I'm I was my what you call the senators that hired me, that appointed me rather, the Senate President Dickie Wong. I'm going to mention his name, Richard Wong, who appointed me as a sergeant at arms. He asked me. I mean, he told me that, Ben, just do what you do. Don't worry about, you will be here longer than anybody else. Yeah, I said, oh, really?
that's
So, yeah, that was,
and then and then Hawaii also had a governor who was of Filipino descent.
yes, yes. He was one of my boss that he was in the Senate. And you know what's so ironic is that when he was in the Senate, I I have to escort them out because they were we have that dissident in the Senate try to
Yes.
filibuster the
Uh-huh.
budget. So
Yes, yes.
they were trying, they were trying to kill the budget and all that. So the Senate president right away hit the gavel and said, Sergeant at Arms, please remove the senators. I have no choice but to remove them.
Oh,
There was,
was that Governor Cayetano?
yes, yes, when he was a
Oh, okay.
senator. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
No,
What?
well, actually, two governors.
Uh-huh.
They were senators then. One is Abercrombie and one Cayetano.
Oh,
So
okay.
both become governor.
But Ben, paano ka na-settle down sa Hawaii? You were born in the Philippines, you fought many of your early fights in the Philippines, and
Hmm.
then you began to fight in Hawaii.
Hawaii,
You didn't
yes,
fight
yes,
once in the mainland. You fought in
yeah,
San Francisco, the Cow
uh-huh,
Palace,
uh-huh.
same place
Yes,
where Flash Lorda once fought.
yeah,
So,
yes.
what made you settle down in Hawaii? Why Hawaii?
So, but I guess I met a lovely lady that
Okay.
captured my heart. So,
Okay.
I mean, we, you know, I we become girlfriend, and for 5 years, and after
Mhm.
that, we finally settled down. And so I stayed in Hawaii. I decided that when I retire from I retire from this job, I might be thinking of moving here in the Philippines, to do, you know, to do some boxing, just for the kids, pay back,
Mhm.
give back to the community, you know, teaching kids how to, yeah, maybe, boxing, and maybe who knows, some of those kids might become a world champion
Yes,
someday.
yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you settled in Hawaii, and so your wife, Denise, is she a Filipino as well?
Yes, yes, Filipino, half American. Well, the mother is uh, white, haole. They call it haole
Mhm.
in
Pauli,
Hawaii.
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Uh-huh. All right. So how
yeah.
many children do you have? How many grandchildren?
Okay, I have three children. One daughter and two sons, and I have six grandchildren, three granddaughters, and three grandsons.
And what are their occupations?
My
Your children.
my older daughter she's administrator for Kamaaina Kids, which is at, she's, Kamaaina Kids means, the children, like preschool, and
Uh-huh.
she's the administrator. Then my older son, he's a lieutenant in the police department in Hawaii.
Mhm.
And then my youngest one is working for the oil refinery company in Hawaii.
Ben, do you get in touch with retired Filipino boxers in Hawaii? I understand there are many, and some of the names that come to my mind are Rogelio Tulunghari,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Yes.
Lulu Villaverde. Are those guys
Uh-huh.
still around? You bump into them?
I Tulong Hari is still, yes, still alive. In fact, I'm the godchild of one of his
Oh,
son.
really?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And then I think
Lulu Villaverde.
Villa Verde. I think I don't I don't see him in Hawaii now. He might be moved to the mainland.
To the mainland. Oh.
Yeah,
And of
yeah,
course, we know what happened to Andy Ganigan. And, it was so sad that when we heard the news about Andy.
yeah, yeah. It's because Andy, Andy and I become good friends, and
Mhm.
when I was I still working at the Sergeant at Arms, I hired him to work with me. As one of the work in my office,
Mhm.
but I guess it didn't pull through. So he he went to another. I
Yeah, it was
yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah.
Unfortunate. During the pandemic, Ben, kumusta naman ang pamilya ninyo sa Hawaii? Was it a very difficult time for you?
Oh yes, yes, because of you cannot get out without you know uh, wearing a mask. You cannot get out. You cannot go into night restaurant, eat, and it's very different. Even your family, you couldn't mingle with them because you're afraid of COVID-19 and all that.
But
So
now, how are things in Hawaii? Are they good now?
oh yes, yes, because of the vaccination.
Uh-huh.
Once you're vaccinated and get the booster,
You're good.
oh yeah, you're good. You can go into the restaurant, eat without without
Mhm.
check up your vaccination.
Okay. Hindi ka
Yeah.
naman tinamaan ng COVID, Ben?
Sa awa ng Diyos, hindi naman.
Yes.
Na,
Okay.
na,
So double vaccinated ka, tsaka ilang booster? Dalawa na
yeah,
siguro.
one booster, one
One
booster.
booster.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I took,
Before we
I
let
took,
you go, yeah, sorry.
yes. No, I
You
took
said,
two Moderna and one booster of Pfizer. So,
okay.
yeah.
Well, before we let you go, it's been a very interesting discussion about your life, Ben. We need to ask you, who do you think is the greatest Filipino boxer of all time?
For me, I think it's Flash Elordi is the greatest, in his era, and of course they might think of Pacquiao. Of course, Pacquiao is an amazing fighter, but you cannot compare the two because it's a different era, you know. Flash Elordi is very sophisticated fighter. Pacquiao, you know, uh, he just like energizer. He threw so many punches that his opponent cannot take it. Cannot cover up. With those aggressive. Just threw blew from all over. But to me, Elordi was the best in his era, and Pacquiao also. You cannot really compare the two, but I think they are two of the best fighter that I ever have in our country.
Ben, do you feel that you were born too early? Because if you were fighting now, you would be earning millions in Las Vegas.
Oh yes, yes, that's true. When I think about it, I should have wait. Uh, you know, I should have wait maybe the 24 or 20. because when I was fighting, Las Vegas wasn't around. I mean, was there, but there was no fight in Vegas for lighter weight. Only heavyweight division who makes millions of dollars in that year. And until Sugar Ray Leonard, Larry,
Holmes?
Holmes, heavyweight, so they're special, But Leonard, which could Duran, yeah.
But
That's
then in Hawaii, there have been several Filipinos who made their name in Hawaii.
Yes.
And I recall Rolando Navarrete was quite a whirlwind in Hawaii. Can you remember some incidents about Navarrete, especially since towards the end of his career in Hawaii, he was jailed?
Yeah, that was unfortunate. He. I know Navarrete. In fact, when he went to Hawaii, I was the one that tried to give him advice. I said, when you're here, well, I don't. I say, whatever you do, whatever you're doing in the Philippines, don't do it here because here, they'll put you in jail, So I guess that's unfortunate. I don't want to say it, but he was
a world champion too. Ben.
Yes.
He became a world champion.
Yes.
And he became a world champion in your division, the same division as Flash Elorde.
Yes. There was Navarrete, me, then Barrientos, Elorde.
Rene Barrientos, yes.
Yeah.
He's still very much alive. He's living in Cagayan de Oro.
Cagayan de Oro, yes. I know Rene Barrientos also. And
As a parting shot, Ben, if you could give advice to our aspiring Filipino boxers, as you know, there was a time within the last year we had 5 reigning Filipino world boxing champions at the same time. Right
And
now, we have none. Wala na tayong world champion ngayon. Natalo si Magsayo, nawala na si Angkahas, nawala na rin si Vic Salgar.
Danny Nietes, everybody,
Danny Nietes also, yes. So what advice can you give our aspiring boxers to keep on plugging, to make sure that we bring honor back to our country?
We'll just have to train hard, As you know, boxers, it's very, very hard. I mean, that's a lonely life, You have to have heart. You have to, you have to sacrifice yourself. When time to train hard. There's nothing else, you can do but do yourself. Train hard, and I guess that's it. I mean, no matter how you do it, even if your coach tell you do this, do that, but if you don't do it, it's not gonna do. I mean, nothing is gonna help because it's you. Yeah.
You mentioned the word coach, Ben. Did you ever think of becoming a coach in boxing to train other fighters?
And you know what? I did that in Hawaii. I coached young kids. Some kids went to college for amateur. I mean, boxing scholarship, but most of them it didn't go through. I didn't fall through because there's so many activities now there's so many game like Game Boy, recreation stuff that kids would like to play, but they don't want to. They say they like boxing, but when they know that boxing is very, very, serious, sacrifice and train hard, they just stop coming, and they don't even come.
Do you still have family living in the Philippines? In Negros?
Yes. Yeah, not in Negros though. They all in Ipil now, Zamboanga, Sibugay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Zamboanga,
They
Sibugay.
all, yes. All my family are there. All over actually in Zamboanga del Sur.
Are you in
Bill
touch with
Scott.
them? Are you in touch?
Yes, yes. I still in touch with them. Them. Just
Well, I
that
understand
this.
then after when you'll be leaving on Tuesday, but
Mhm.
you will be back, and that you want to see your grandson play soccer in the Philippines, and we wish you best of
Yes.
luck for that.
Oh,
But I
thank
think
you. Thank you.
Ben, not only do Filipino boxing fans and historians remember you to be one of the youngest Filipino world boxing champions ever at 19 years old,
Oh,
a
wow.
two-time world champion, but also someone who became a role model for
Oh, thank you.
former fighters. After your career, you made a life out of your journey.
Mm.
You became a very well respected person in Hawaii, and
Oh, that's,
you've become an idol. You've become someone that people look up to. A
oh,
former
wow. That's,
fighter who made a great life with a family, with your grandchildren and your children. And we're very proud of you, Ben.
wow.
The entire
That's really,
Filipino nation is very proud of you.
what the words. That's really, that's very, very,
Well,
oh,
we wish you the
that,
best, Ben.
oh,
We wish
thank
you the
you.
best. And we want to
Thank you.
thank you again for gracing our show,
Yes.
Playitright
Oh,
TV. This is quite
th-
an honor and a privilege for us to have you as our guest.
oh,
Thank you again.
thank you, sir.
Champ,
Thank you. Yeah.
Champ,
Bye-bye. Mabuhay,
more
mabuhay.
power.
Okay. Yeah.
Mabuhay, Ben
Yeah.
Villaflor.
Thank
Maraming
you.
salamat
Thank
po.
you. Maraming salamat.
And there you have it. Ben Villaflor, a two-time world champion, WBA super featherweight or junior lightweight champion. He fought from 1966 to 1976 and retired at a very young age at 23. And we all know why he had to retire. He explained his injury. And, the great thing about Ben Villaflor is that after fighting, he still found a life. He still had a beautiful life to live, and he made something out of it. And we're very proud of Ben Villaflor, a former world champion and a true Filipino. Maraming salamat po for Playitright TV. This is Quinito Henson, and don't forget, like and subscribe, hit that bell button so that you get notified every time we have new videos, new insights for you. And of course, we want to thank our sponsor, Sonac, the distributor of sports equipment like Mueller sports accessories and health products, Mikasa volleyballs, Molten basketballs, ASICS apparel and footwear. And log on to playitright.com for all these deals. They're always on sale, so you get the best sports equipment for you. Set, spike, and dominate. And those are all volleyball equipment for you, volleyball shoes, volleyball balls, and basketballs, ASICS footwear. Again, many, many thanks for staying with us, for viewing Playitright TV. Until next time, Quinito Henson po. See you.